Welcome back to another episode here on Man-Made Customs. So today we're going to be cooking some Bullseye Snakehead. It's a really white, very thick fillet. I was actually very impressed after filleting this how clean and non-fishy it smelled. It looks really good and actually looks something that you would, fillet off a saltwater fish. So I hear all the time that snakehead in general is very good eating, but down here we have the Bullseye Snakehead, which is a little bit different from your northern snakehead, and it's supposed to taste really good. So we're going to go ahead and throw this on the grill. I'm going to be using garlic, olive oil, and Everglades seasoning. We're going to be relatively simple on the recipe just because I want to really get an idea of how it tastes. So no butter, none of that stuff. I really want to know how this tastes, but I also really do like Everglades seasoning and garlic, so we're going to go ahead and throw those on there, and this should taste really good. I've seen a lot of catch and cooks and basically just cooking videos with snakehead. There's tons and tons of videos that actually explain how good this fish is, and also in Asia, in the fish markets, it's a really expensive fish. It goes for a lot of dollars a pound. So we're going to be doing this today, and we'll get right into it. So here's our snakehead fillet. What we're going to do is go ahead and throw some Everglades seasoning. It's already been salted just for preservation purposes. Right when I got the fish, I went ahead and salted it up a little. Guys, by the way, this right here is Everglades seasoning. It's really popular down here in South Florida. A lot of people do enjoy this seasoning. It's an all-purpose seasoning, so you could use it basically on everything. And it has salt, spices, and garlic, onion, sugar, and papain. I don't know if I pronounced. Like I said, it was all purpose. So we're gonna throw a little bit more, and then we'll get the garlic. This does have garlic in it already, but it never hurts to put a little bit more garlic. Okay, so time to grab our smaller fillet here, and we're gonna throw it directly on the pan, just like so. And now, just kind of let it situate on the oil. Get in there. You want to use a relatively big skillet, just because these fillets are pretty big. It is finally time for us to try this fish. Once again, we were using Everglades seasoning, garlic powder, and olive oil, so I kept it relatively simple. And also the day that we caught the fish, I did preserve it with some salt. But we're gonna go ahead and get into this. This is the bigger fillet. This is the smaller fillet. The bigger fillet just finished, so I'm gonna go ahead and take a nice piece. And look at that. That's what I was saying about the knife. I still haven't been able to cut into that just because of how firm it is. There, I'm finally in. Very white. Very white meat. I just can't get over that. And it's like layered. It almost looks like the inside of an onion because of how like layered the muscles are. And it's very hard to break apart. It's good. It's definitely good. I can never, like, if you were to give me this fish, tell me to taste it, and then ask you what fish you think it is, I wouldn't be able to tell you. I wouldn't even say it was a fish, to be perfectly honest. If it was breaded, and if it wasn't noticeably a fish by the way it looks, off the taste, maybe blindfold me, I would say it's so hard to like pinpoint. I don't know. It doesn't taste like fish. Nowhere near fish. It is not fish. It's not fish. Not fish. If you're the kind of person who likes fish and you like really fishy fish, which me personally, I do actually enjoy the fishiness, that taste. You might still like this just because it tastes really good on its own. But I don't see this being fishy. I'm telling you, if you were to feed me this, I would never in a million years say it was fish. If I was blindfolded and I had no idea, I wouldn't be able to say it's fish. It tastes very chicken-like. And I know people always throw chicken around like nothing, saying like, oh yeah, it tastes like chicken. Wow, that's so hard to cut into. I've never in my years of fishing come across anything like this. And it's good, but it's almost disturbing how like non-flaky it is. That's not true. It's flaky. I think for me it's just really hard to grasp my head across the point that it's not flaky like soft flaky. It's flaky like hard flaky. Like it's almost like the same texture as a gator. I don't know if anyone's had gator tail, but it's like thick like that. And it's not bad. It's actually really good. But as far as labeling it, it is so similar to chicken. I hate saying that because everyone says, oh, it tastes like chicken. It really does taste like chicken. Like I could see someone frying this in some sort of breading and making tenders and then giving it to somebody, and I don't think they would be able to tell the difference of whether or not it's chicken tenders or snakehead tenders. So, very good fish, interesting. On a scale of 1 to 10, you know, half of me really wants to give it like a 9. But the only reason I wouldn't give it a 9 is because it doesn't taste like fish. And I know there's a lot of people who do enjoy that fishy taste. So I would give this out of a scale from 1 through 10, I would say like an 8, like a 7 or an 8. And that's ranking with saltwater fish. It's ranking all fish, not just freshwater fish. If it was just freshwater fish, I think it would be a 10, because this is better than, you know, I've never tried peacock bass, but this is better than the majority of freshwater fish that I've ever had. So freshwater wise, 9 to 10. Fish in general, I would say 7 or 8. And the only reason, once again, is because it is pretty firm, and it kind of threw me off a little bit. I didn't feel like I was tasting fish. But I'm gonna go ahead and finish the rest of this, guys. If you enjoyed this video, definitely leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment below. Maybe there's something you guys want us to catch. We are very into our catch and cooks. We like to kind of spread the message of different fish that are out there that people could try, unconventional fish that people would never think about. So definitely subscribe, like, and I'll see you guys in that next episode.